Every time I hear a fish keeper say this, I just go, oh. Today I want to talk about something that's going to make some of you say, oh, and others are going to want to argue with me. But what do you expect? It's the internet. Maybe the best way to explain what I'm trying to say is to just give you an example. Let's say you had an aquarium for a while and you're super excited because you just bought your second one and you're thinking,
I am so excited to get this tank set up. So, what's the fastest way I could get it going? The quickest possible way.
Then you ask a friend that's kept fish before how to make it happen really fast, and they say, it's so easy. All you have to do is take water from your existing tank and put it in the new one.
Really? It's that easy?
Yeah. I mean, use common sense. The water's already in there. The fish are in there. They're making it all fishy. It's perfect to put into the new tank.
So I just need to take water from this tank right here and put it into this tank, and then it's ready for fish?
Yes. How many times do I have to tell you?
Awesome! Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that easy!
So you perform this magic trick to set up your new tank, and you're so happy because this was all so easy. But then, 2 weeks later, all of your fish are dead. There's a couple of lessons to be learned here. First is, don't listen to your friends, especially if they're a Fred Durst wannabe. And second is, if you have a general understanding of how aquariums work, you'll understand that this makes no sense. Why would someone say if you pour water from an existing tank, it'll instantly prepare the new tank for fish? Well, it's because that fish keeper's heard that there's bacteria in the water that keeps it safe for the fish, so common sense would tell you if you just move that water over, everything should be good. But the thing is, the bacteria isn't in the water. It's on surfaces like your substrate, your filter, your decorations, and the glass. The amount of bacteria that's actually floating around in the water is negligible, and it's not even worth the time to transfer it over. I just gotta say, wouldn't life for fish keepers be so much easier if the bacteria was just in the water? But wait, I'm so confused because I see YouTube videos all the time where people say if you take things from an established aquarium and you move them over to the new one, it'll instantly cycle the tank. But now you're telling me that's not true. No, I'm not telling you that at all. I'm telling you that transferring water from an established tank to the new tank doesn't work. There's a difference. If you take things like filter media, substrate, or decorations from an established aquarium that have beneficial bacteria on it and introduce that to your new tank, it will accelerate the cycling process. The water doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna make this simple. Instead of trying to explain myself, I'm just gonna tell you the best way to kickstart an aquarium cycle and the fastest way to do it. Let's say you have a 5-gallon aquarium like the one that Lisa has in that demonstration that I showed you, and you know you're going to be setting up another one soon. Well, go out and buy the filter for that new tank before you even have the tank. Go get that filter way ahead of time. You buy that new filter and stick it on your existing aquarium and just let it run. Just put it on there and leave it alone. Let it get all that bacteria and nastiness built up in it. Once you buy your new aquarium, you have an established filter you can just move over, and that's going to help get the new tank going super fast. But let me clarify, if you plan on buying a new aquarium on Sunday, don't go buy your filter on Friday, set it up and let it run and expect that to do the trick. No, I'm talking about going out way ahead of time, a month ahead of time, getting that filter, setting it, and forgetting it. It takes a long time for it to get established. It's not gonna happen in 2 days. Okay, John, but I ain't got that kind of money. I'm gonna be buying a starter kit that'll come with the filter in it. Do I need to buy the starter kit and just take the filter out and wait a couple of months to set it up? Well, you could, but there's another way. If you have a 5-gallon already and you buy a second one, here's what I want you to do. It's gonna sound a little bit risky, but trust me, it'll work. Take the filter from your well-established aquarium and put that one on your brand new tank. And then take the brand new filter that you just got with your kit and put that on your established tank. I know this sounds risky, but it will work. If your tank is well established, you shouldn't have any problems. But wait, I have a 5-gallon, but the new tank I'm buying is a 10-gallon. How does that work with the difference in sizes? Well, if that's the case, you can do the whole buy the filter early thing, but you'd probably be blowing your fish all over the place. So the next best thing would be to take other things from the existing tank, like some decorations, some substrate, or rocks, or even just take the cartridge from your established tank and put it into the new filter. Larger filters usually have extra space in them to fit extra cartridges or extra media or whatever. Don't worry, it'll fit. The bottom line is, if you rob Peter to pay Paul, it's going to help in a big way to boost your cycle. None of it guarantees that the new tank will be immediately cycled, but if there's one thing I can guarantee, it's transferring the water isn't going to help at all. With all of that being said, no matter what types of tricks that you employ to get this whole thing going, nothing is going to be more important than testing your water regularly throughout the cycling process. Otherwise, how are you ever going to know if any of the little tricks and tips and stuff like that we've talked about are even working? If you don't have a test kit, then why are we even talking? Stop messing around and go get one. I'm not playing. It is required. Don't argue with me. The number one thing I want you to understand from this video is that the bacteria is not in the water. I mean, saying that is probably not the right way of saying it, because yes, there is trace amounts of bacteria in the water, but it's not enough to make a difference if you're going to take that water from your established tank and put it into a new one. It's really going to do nothing at all. Is it going to hurt things? No. But it's also not going to help things, and it's certainly not going to boost your cycle. It's such small amounts in the water that it's insignificant. It's all about the surfaces. All of the things in the tank, including the filter, even the heater, everything in the tank has bacteria built up on it. If you move that over, you're transferring over that bacteria, helping to boost the cycle. But as I just said, I'm going to repeat it again, testing the water is the most important thing. You have to do that to know where you are in the process. You don't have to buy the expensive master kit. You can get the strips, whatever it is that you can get to test the water. That's what you need to do. You need to be monitoring things and know that if your little tricks that you're doing are even worth it or not, and then you know if the tank is going to be safe for fish. I hope all of that makes sense, and I hope you understand. I'm not trying to be mean in this video. I'm just being real. I hear people say it all the time. I get emails from people. I don't understand. I moved water over from my old tank and it didn't do anything. I hear conversations with people at pet stores and stuff like that talking about this. Just put the water over, it's going to be fine. It is a problem. Usually it's a beginner's problem. Hopefully those beginners have experienced fish keepers that can guide them in the right direction and not let them make that mistake. I don't know, but this has been a problem ever since I started fish keeping. There's always been that myth that just taking the water and moving it over makes it immediately safe for the fish. It's all nonsense. Don't fall for that. I hope that I've made myself clear, and I hope that you appreciate that, and I hope I haven't come across as too much of a jerk. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a lot of fun. Bye.